Hi everyone, welcome back to Tech with Riya. So I hope you all are doing well. And in this video, I will be talking about a new topic in Tosca. So until now, we have covered two sections of Tosca, which is create how we create modules, and then we have also seen different functionalities of how we use test cases, right? So today I will be showing you how we use execution. सो बिफोर दैट अभी तक जो भी हमने टेस्ट केसेस पे वर्क किया था वी वर रनिंग अवर टेस्ट केसेस इनसाइड अवर स्क्रैच बुक राइट सो as you can see scratchbook में whatever test cases that we have run until now there is no details stored here, like there are no details about any test cases that we have stored here. So that means what happens is that when you work with scratchbook, the details, the test results, whatever test cases you run in ScratchBook, those details will not be stored anywhere. So it's like a temporary way to run your test cases. So जब भी आप test cases अपने डिजाइन कर रहे हो, so in order to debug them, आप साथ ही साथ में you use this ScratchBook in order to check whether your test cases are working properly or not. But actual result आपको कहीं store नहीं हो रहा है आपका. And you're not getting or you're not being able to generate any report out of that, right? So that will be happening inside your execution section. So actual test cases are run in this section and not in scratchbook. So when you're working on your real-time project, every time आपके जो भी test cases that you have created end-to-end ones, those in your final step you will be running in your execution section. So today we will be seeing that process, like how we will be working with that. Okay, so execution section is in generally used to run your test cases. The actual running of your test cases will be taken place inside your execution section. And you can also view the results, pass or fail, and these will be stored. So you can like create a report out of that and send it to your manager or client or whoever is asking like what uh, until where you have completed your work and all. So there are few key aspects of execution section. Like firstly, when we start working with our test cases inside our execution section, we first create execution lists inside that. And inside that execution list, we drag and drop the test cases that we have created inside our test cases section. Okay, so the same thing is mentioned over here. As you can see, the first one, execution list, the core element where the test cases are prepared for execution. So firstly, we create this element called execution list. And you can create this by right clicking on the execution text. Simply if you just a second, if you right click over here, you see this arrow button over here. This is for create execution list folder. Okay. So this is how you create your first step, like execution list. And then once you create your execution list, you drag and drop the test cases inside that execution list that you have created. And that test case will then become your execution entry. Okay, this holds the actual log of the test run, like all the actual test step values and everything, all those will be present inside your execution entry. And then comes running your tests. Running your tests is not a big deal. You just drag and drop, then right click and run. Or there is a shortcut for that F6. If you do that, your test cases will be run successfully. Okay. See, right clicking and on the execution list or enter the selecting the run button. And then result reporting. As I said, once your test cases has completed its process, you can generate your report, which will be having all the test cases that have passed or failed, or everything will be stored inside that report. So this was brief about execution, like brief introduction on what are the key aspects and everything. And now I will just practically show you how we do that inside our Tosca commander. So I will be using this end-to-end test case that we have seen in one of our previous videos. So अगर किसी ने आप लोगों में से किसी ने ये नहीं देखा है, so you can go back to that video. I will add that in the description. and you can check it out. Okay. So before the first step is that we will be one more important thing, guys. If you have any TCPs added inside your test cases, right, for your test cases that you have created, and if in case you have any TCPs as added inside your execution list, execution section, then this will be given more priority. I mean the execution section wala jo TCP hoga, that will be given more priority, and that will be used when you're actually running your test cases here and not the ones that you have created here. So make sure whenever you're using execution and you're running your test cases, all the TCPs that you have provided here are also added here. Because if it is only added here and not on the execution section, then that will not work. Okay. Because this will be prioritized over this one, test cases one. Okay. So let us first create our execution list from here. As you can see, right click and then this one, this arrow button one, create execution list folder. And then I will give it a name like end to end. You can give anything based on your understanding. I'm just giving it a random one. Okay. So we have created our execution list. Now we will be dragging and dropping our test cases inside our execution list, right? So what we will be doing, we will just drag and drop this over here. Now you see a new execution list is created inside this folder, and here this will be consisting all the test step values that we had over here. Okay, so this will be our execution entry, and I'll just rename this as a demo. Okay, so this one. Now, how you can run that? But before running that, let me just give a TCP over here, and I'll just add a browser to avoid any confusion. Chrome. So now this will be prioritized. Okay, so how you run these? You just right click over here and click on run, and there is a shortcut as well, F6. You can also use that. So as soon as I click on run, all this will be running inside our execution section. Okay, let's just run and see how that works. So this once your test cases are, if suppose they are failed anywhere, your execution will not stop, because okay, because when you are working with स्क्रैचबुक, एक बार अगर कोई आपका टेस्ट केस फेल हो जाता है तो वहीं पे आपका एग्जीक्यूशन रुक जाता है, राइट? बट इन एग्जीक्यूशन सेक्शन इट वोंट स्टॉप, it will just directly go to the next step and it will execute all the test cases, and in the end it will show you what were passed and what were failed. So right now we don't have any failed test cases, right? So green matlab it is all passed, and red aaya to it is all failed. And once you open this, you can see the actual logs of what happened. You can see the duration, and here in log info you can see 11 as green. That means all our 11 test cases have passed. If any of those have failed, it would show 10 green and 1 as red. So if that means 1 is failed and 10 have been passed. So this is how you can check your log info. Okay. Now if you want to generate a report for this, so how you do that, you simply come here, and once you right click on this, you will be having an option to generate a report, something like that. Just a second, let me find that. Okay, so once you come into your execution list over here, you just click right click over here, and you can see something called print report. From here you can generate your reports based on your requirement. Like the first one says execution entries with actual log. So it will show all the entries with your log, like all the past ones like that. And the second one, it shows all with all the issues. Like if there were any failed cases, it will also list out the issue with that failed cases. So detailed one. Okay, execution is entries with detailed logs. That means it will give details about all the past and failed entries. Maximum times we will go with this one. And the last one is execution list with archived logs or actual logs. If there are any archived ones, that hidden ones, those will also be displayed. So we will just create a detailed one for now. I will just click here and then a new window will be opening up. Something like this. Okay, so you can select like on which format you want to generate that. I will just keep it same. Let's see if we have anything else. Okay, let's just keep it as it is. And I don't want to change anything. If you click start over here, it will simply generate. And where do you want to store that? I'll just give it desktop for now and give a save option. Do you want only failed test cases to be shown? No, we want everything, right? So we will just give a no here and OK. So three questions will be asked. Do you want screenshots included? If there are any screenshots, then it will show. If not, then it won't. So you can give in the end or in between. So I'll just give something because we don't have any screenshots, I believe. Now, which log info column would you like to show? Like the value or used value? Value and used value in the sense the values that we have provided or the value that actually is being used, that one. Or we can just keep it as value over here. And now, yeah, so our report has been generated. So this is how it looks. Okay, see, it will show everything like test cases total which are passed. These are 11 and our execution has passed 100%. If there are any failed, then this percentage will be depending on that result. Okay, and it will show in pie charts and all those things like 11 have passed. And then it will show you the details like it opened this one and what were the values that you have provided. If you would have selected used values, it would give you the log info of the used values as well. See, it will give the start and end time and it will give all the names of your test cases along with the values and the action modes. So all the 11 test cases details will be added over here. And if there are any screenshots based on your selection, it will be displaying like at the end or in between like that. Okay. So this is how you can generate your reports and you can present them in your to your manager or whoever is needing that. Okay. So I hope this was clear to you how we run our test cases through execution section, and these results are stored. Okay, they won't be deleted until and unless you are deleting them manually. All right, but when you use scratchbook, once you close it, the results will be gone. So this is just for debugging while you're designing your test cases, but when you need to actually run your test cases, you will be using this execution section by creating execution list. Okay, so yeah, this was all about today's video. I hope this was helpful and you were able to understand clearly how we use execution section to run your test cases. In our next video, we will see more such topics about Tosca itself, like TCD or other details of what we can do in execution section and all that, like test events, how we use all that. So yeah guys, if this was helpful, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel and do comment in the video if you have any doubts or if anything we missed out on something, then I will try to cover that up in further videos. Thank you so much for watching and keep learning, keep practicing. Bye bye, take care.